Good Monday morning, everybody. It is the 7th of November, 2022, and I hope you can all keep up with me today. Got a lot of stuff going on that needs to get done before the storm gets any worse. We are predicted to have about 3 days of snow, wind, rain, and freezing temperatures. So hurry up. We got a lot to do today. Keep up. Welcome back, everybody. I am Dave with Nelson Creek Farm, coming to you live today from a suddenly very cold southern Idaho. When I started this video, it was a nice warm 45 degrees. Now it's dropped down to about 34. Yeah, so the cold front is definitely coming in quick. So one of the first things I got to do, get this PTO shaft off the back end of Stinky here, so we can get rid of this mower. This mower's been on for so long, I can't hardly get the PTO shaft to slide back to get this thing off. And if you can see how bad this adapter is wiggling on there, that'll tell you how wore out this whole thing is on that tractor. Yeah, maybe we'll get her here. Well, if not, we'll use a farmer's wrench or hammer. Yeah. Get this other grease zerk out of here. We can get the pin out of there. And we can get this overrunning clutch off that wore out PTO shaft. I can find it to line it up. Well, let me get a nail or something, stick in there, and we'll get that pin out of there. And we'll get this, well, that PTO shaft is so wore out. And we'll get this cap on here, get it snugged down to catch any and whatever oil might be left in the differential and the hydraulic system on Stinky, as it does leak out that shaft seal really badly. So we'll get this screwed on there, we'll top off the oil, and we'll get the mower off this thing. And we'll crack open the top of the transmission. I have a jug of 90 weight gear oil to dump in here. See how big of a mess I can make without using a funnel here. I am pretty well certain it's going to take all of that jug. So I'm just going to turn it over and dump it in, because I'm pretty well certain most all of that oil that was in this transmission has run out the rear end. Now that I've got that 2.5 gallons of go-go juice in the transmission, let's see if Stinky will start. Yep, keys on. Yay! First time in months. Stinky'd go better if I'd remembered to have raised up the mower deck. Yeah, I had the pump turned off. Anyway, we're going to get rid of the mower. Even though Stinky here isn't going to be on our primary tractor list, it is still an extremely useful tractor, and I'd really rather not have any extra problems with it. So what I'm doing is I'm going to fill its tank clear up into the neck, which is only about like that, but I'll fill it clear up to that, because the less air volume you have in any fuel tank, whether it be gasoline, diesel, kerosene, whatever, the less air you have in there, the less condensation you get, so the less chances of getting water in your fuel. I bought a new fuel can just for the diesel in the tractor, And because we have winter storm coming up, I need to put some anti-gel in the fuel of the tractor. Well, these new fuel cans comes with this stupid push it back and discharge the product deal. The last time I used this on my other can, there is a filter screen inside of the fuel tank on the tractor. I dang near tore up that screen trying to stuff this thing in there and get that plunger thing to work to make it discharge fuel. So I went online, bought this set of replacement cap and spout thing that goes on here. So we're going to pull these two off right quick and see which one of them screws on here. There's two different threads. That one screws on very well, has a gasket inside of it. Does this one screw on? Not as well. No, it's a little tight. Yeah, so a little bit of the wrong thread size on that one. So we're going to put this one back on here. These also come with a vent plug. I don't know if you can see that. It has the little cap that flips over, closes it. It's supposed to drill like a 3/8 hole in the up by the handle and put those in. I'm going to do that on this tank, but not today. I haven't got time, but we're going to double check, make sure this thing fits on there like it's supposed to. Yep, good and tight. But I like these a heck of a lot better than this. Now, a good friend of mine, Jim, over at RV Fools, is a fellow co-worker of mine at my in-town job. So if you get a chance, check out Jim's RV Fools. It's just RV Fools. Nice fella, has a lot of interesting context about RVing. Anyway, for 5 gallons, the way I figured it out, should be just a hair less than an ounce per gallon. So I should end up with about 26 ounces, which, yeah, it looks about like I've got it there on that little measuring deal. Now that the wind and rain is picked up, we're going to go uptown, put some diesel fuel in this thing. Plus, I'm going to try dumping some of this power service directly into the tank of the new LS tractor, because we got to use it for moving snow and whatnot. It's one of the main reasons why I got a tractor with a cab, and its fuel hasn't been treated yet. For all of you flower collectors out there, why don't you ever want to iron a 4-leaf clover? Give up? It's because you don't want to press your luck. And we'll wipe this off a little bit so we don't get any rain or water into the diesel fuel. And the way I see it, we should be just a hair over 3/4 of a bottle here. So if I take it down to half of a bottle still in there, we should be okay, because this tank isn't empty. It is about 3/4 or so. Only holds 12 gallons, so we're gonna, guessing by golly the measurements off of this chart thing here, and we're gonna dump some of this in there. There we are, right at half. So that should be good for the fuel that's in there. I'll fire this thing up here after a bit, get her good and warmed up, let that fuel mix around through there. What I can do right at the minute though, is put this in the back of the little pickup and head uptown, fill that up full of diesel. These silly yellow jugs have a very fine screen filter in them, which I understand and I get, because you don't want any particulates getting into your injector or through the injector pump. But still, I may end up pulling that screen out of there so I can fill this can up faster. The tractor does have filters on it after all. $5 gallons, that'll do. Okay, now we're gonna go put the blade back on the LS tractor, because we're gonna be using it to move snow this winter. Trick is, I gotta go out and find it first. I don't remember where I left it. I found the blade. Yes, I did. Right where I left it. I was going to try to get this area here cleaned out in the shed to see if that beam there would clear the roof of the LS tractor. because I was going to clean out everything that's in there and park the new tractor in there. But yeah, it's getting cold, wet, nasty, just miserable outside. So I don't think I'm going to get that done today. In fact, I'm losing my daylight, so I'm going to head in. Anyway, thank you all for subscribing. If you would, right down there, please subscribe to my channel. It actually means a lot to me. I'm trying to play catch up to a friend of mine that's got 500 subscribers already, and I'm sitting at 434 or 435, something like that. So if you could, please subscribe. Tell your friends about it, have them subscribe, and give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, and let me know what you think of the content in the comments. And we'll catch up with you later. So for now, I'm Farmer Dave, wishing you well. Y'all take care now. Bye-bye. Hey, I've got some big news for all you musicians out there that want to have the perfect sound. Y'all stay tuned now.